Hello. I had my last day off of the season yesterday, and now I've got a week of work left, which is mad. But I was feeling very just tired and ready to go home and not really in the mood to chat to anyone who I was working with, obviously not the guests. I was still my friendly old self to the guests, but generally not really wanting to be around people, which is no surprise to me because I am a very introverted person and I have spent the entire season around people and being, friendly and more social than I would usually be, which is fine. But what I decided to do was I took my day off yesterday and I basically locked myself in the room and switched off my phone. As in, I literally did not leave my room and I had my phone completely off for the entire day. And I have come back into work today so much happier and so much full of life and energy and just more cheerful and just light. Light is the word I would use to describe it. I was feeling really heavy and tired and just not in the mood really. Happy enough to do the job, obviously, but just not in the mood to do it with other people. And I've now come back and I'd still prefer to be on my own because that's just who I am as a person. But I feel so much better now about the fact that I need to be with other people. And I think taking that day off in the way that I did worked so well for me. It gave me time to reflect on the season and who I've become as a person through this season, because I have changed and I'm very aware of that, but I'm not sure if it's necessarily for the good. So just kind of taking a moment to look at myself and think, am I happy with who I am right now and where I am right now? And also, what do I want for the rest of this year? And obviously we're going into next year as well quite soon. And my birthday's coming up, and just lots of things to think about. And it just gave me that time to reflect, which I loved. It also gave me time to do lots of packing, which I also was very appreciative of. But I always thought I don't really need a digital detox or whatever because I'm not that addicted to my phone, but actually switching off from the world. And that's not just my phone, that is also the fact that I literally didn't see anyone all day has just been so good for me. And I'm not surprised by this information because I was one of those people who thrived during lockdown. And I feel really bad saying that because I know that a lot of people experienced proper hardships. And I'm very much speaking from a place of privilege. I was with my family in a nice home. My parents didn't lose their jobs. I was getting paid from the government and I wasn't paying rent either. I'm so aware of the fact that I was super lucky during lockdown. But regardless, I really enjoyed not having to spend time with other people because the world we live in is designed to be social and it's always a bit looked down upon if you don't want to be social. Whereas in lockdown, that was expected, that was the norm. And I loved that. The fact that there were no pressures on me to see people. So basically doing what I did yesterday just reminded me that I am still very much introverted and that I need to take time to myself, which I've not been so good at doing this season. I've been all right, but I've been saying yes to more things than I usually would, and it's been paying the price, I think, a bit on who I am as a person, because I've not been so happy with who I am, in some aspects anyway. So I'm not here to say you need to do a digital detox, definitely not, but I am saying taking a day off from the world and reflecting is pretty useful. And I would recommend it. But that's again coming from an introvert's point of view, so maybe if you're an extreme extrovert and you can't be left alone, that might not be the way to go for you. But yeah, those are my lessons learned from a day off. Yay. Right,